Let me guess, you got a nice buttload of Chase points, maybe from that big 100,000 point bonus from the Sapphire Preferred, or maybe from all of the other ways you can earn Chase Ultimate Rewards. And now you're trying to book a simple domestic flight, but you keep hearing these points and miles nerds and gurus tell you that you should really look into using transfer partners to get maximum value with your points. Well, let me level with you. You can use the Chase Travel Portal and actually get pretty far when booking domestic economy flights. But half of the time, you could get slightly more value by transferring your points. And now notice I'm not making big sweeping claims here with fire effects saying you're throwing away your money by not using these top secret tips I share in this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you my comprehensive 3-step process that I would use to ensure I'm getting the absolutely best deal with my Chase points on a domestic flight, whether it be by using a transfer partner or actually using the travel portal. Because to me, every point counts. And my name's Michael with Nurse Michael Travels, by the way. I help you travel more for less using your points and miles, teaching you everything I know with practical videos like this one. I also run a newsletter and one-on-one consultations, but let's get started here. So the first search that I like to do in this process is actually going to be on Google. And so all we're going to do is just a simple search of our ideal itinerary on Google Flights. For this example, we're going from Austin over to Portland, and let's say we're going for a long weekend in September. And so as you can see, Google Flights, it'll give you all the best prices. And so you could just select whatever you think you would want to go on and go to search. Now for this example, we're gonna do something relatively lifelike to where you wanna go somewhere, but you only have a couple dates to work with. And now with this search, what we're really doing here is just trying to find our anchor price. We're gonna use this to compare our point redemption options to figure out how they compare with the cash price. So you're just trying to see what itineraries are out there and pick the best price. Let's say we're okay with this one-stop option and for $195. I don't really care to go through the whole process of booking it. I just want to get that price and idea of what we're looking at. Now with this $195 price, what I like to do is write it down. I personally like to use my award redemption analyzer here. I'm going to plug it into these 3 top spots for the cash price. I'll tell you more about this here in a second. But a quick caveat here. So I'm using Google Flights kind of as a proxy for the Chase Travel Portal, just because it's so much easier to get on Google Flights and do this instead of logging into the travel portal and searching. With that said, the prices should be about the same. However, not every flight combination that Google Flights give you is going to be bookable on the Chase Travel Portal. For instance, Chase doesn't like to do separate airlines on a round trip reservation. So if you fly Southwest one way and then Delta on the way back on Google, Chase likely won't let you do that. But after we find our potential flight routing, I like to keep this tab open. We might come back to it later on. And then we go on to our next step, which is actually going to be checking Southwest. And the reason why we're looking at Southwest is because Southwest is actually a transfer partner of Chase. So we can move our Chase Ultimate Rewards over to Southwest's program and pay using Southwest points if it's a good deal. And so to search that, we'll just go to Southwest website, plug in the itinerary that we found on Google Flights and hit search flights. And so if you've done this before, it's pretty straightforward. It will give you all your flight options. And if we scroll down, Southwest will actually flag the low fares for you. And let's say we're flexible with whatever time and we just want to get the lowest price. So this is $5,500 for the departing flight. And this is going to be for the basic fare. If you're okay with that, go ahead and hit select next flight. And as we scroll down, we've got multiple 5,500 point options. So let's say we want to go with this one. And then once you get to your total, you see a round trip flight is just going to cost us 11,000 points and $11.20. And so what I like to do with this number is write it down. So I'm actually going to take up this option 2 place. I'm going to flag this as our Southwest option. And it was 11,000 points and $11.20. And so you'll see what this tool is actually doing. It is calculating the value of the points that you're getting based on the cash price that you're willing to pay and the points price that you find for this redemption. So you can do this manually. You'll just take the cash price, subtract the taxes and fees from this, and then divide it by the total number of points you're using, which is 11,000. That'll give you this 1.67 number. Actually, it'll give you a decimal point, so multiply it by 100, and that will give you this round number here. And so this 1.67 is the number of cents that you're getting per point that you redeem. For context here, whenever you're using the Chase Sapphire Preferred on the travel portal, you're getting 1.25 cents per point because Chase gives you that 25% bonus whenever you redeem your points through the travel portal. So if you were just to cash out your points in order to pay for this $195 flight, you would be paying 19,500 points because it's just 1 cent per point that you would be getting. So you just move that decimal point 2 places. Now with that 25% bonus, with 1.25 cents, you would probably be paying around 15,600 points if you found this exact pricing there. And so this tool automatically highlights this one as the best option right now. But we're not done yet because we gotta check Chase's other transfer partners as well. But if you are interested in this tool, I'll have it linked down in the description. It's a tool that I personally made and made for you. It is for sale. I try to give as much education as possible for you for free on YouTube. This is just a small way to give back. So thank you in advance. But if we go back to Chase's transfer partners here, we actually have a lot of other ones. We're not going to search individually on all these websites. To give you some context in terms of which ones are actually useful for domestic flights, these two, Flying Blue and Virgin Atlantic, you could book Delta flights with these two programs. You've got United Airlines, which of course is for United flights, but Air Canada is also another program that you could book United flights with as well. You've got JetBlue for JetBlue flights, and then British Airways is gonna be your partner whenever you're looking for American Airlines flight. Now we can search essentially all of these programs all at once using this free tool called pointsiad.com. There's a couple other tools that you can use as well, like Roam.travel and Award Tool. This is just my personal favorite that I like to use. It's free to use. All you have to do is just create an account and log in. It's pretty Google Flights-esque. All you gotta do is just set it to round trip or one way, whatever you're searching. Plug in what you're looking for here. You can ignore these different filters for now, but I'm gonna search from Austin to Portland, and I have the premium version, but like I said, you can still do this with the free version, and you're just gonna search the dates that you're looking for. Because I have the premium version, it lets me search multiple dates at a time on a round trip itinerary. You may be limited to just 1 or 2 dates each way. So I'm gonna search these date ranges, which includes the ones that we found earlier, and I'm gonna hit yeah. And then about within 15 seconds or so, it's gonna bring up all these results. You're gonna see all these super cheaply priced flights, and you're gonna wish you had some American Airlines miles because that's what these are available for. But we don't have American Airlines miles in this specific occasion, although if you want to earn some, I've got a video available for you up there if you want to take a look. But what we're actually going to do is select this Bank Programs tab here and filter just for Chase Ultimate Rewards points. And so this tool searches more than 20 different award programs looking for the best available flights for the dates that you're looking for. It sorts them by date here, so if you want to filter by a certain date, just select only, and then you've got your departure and your return flights on this tab here if you searched a round trip booking. Because we filtered just for Chase Ultimate Rewards, if you select under airline programs here, you can see that it searched the programs that are indeed Chase partners that you can transfer Chase points to. And so these are the 3 programs that it found results on: Virgin Atlantic, United, and Air Canada. And I've got it sorted so that it shows me the lowest points price first. So as you can see, it will cost about 11,000 points whenever you search on Wednesday the 3rd, or nearly 14,000 if you fly on the Thursday or Friday. If you look at our return options, it looks like we're looking at 14,000 points on the way back as well. However, this option has actually 2 stops, so we can filter this. I'm okay with 1 layover, but 2 is a little too many, especially for domestic flight. And so it looks like we're looking at a 15,000 point price here. There's obviously a big price discrepancy from our first search on Southwest, but anyways, let's just write it down. So I went ahead and put those prices here within the spreadsheet, and as you can see, our cent per point is actually very low at 0.71, and that's going to be round trip. So redeeming your points via Southwest is going to be the obvious choice here if you are okay with a single stop itinerary each way. There's a couple things I want to show you. On the airline programs here, it says Virgin Atlantic is an option. I told you that was your option for Delta flights. And if we select this only button here, it'll filter and bring up those Delta flights. And now obvious, this point price of 26,000 miles, even with the transfer bonus costing 21,000 miles on Virgin Atlantic, it's nothing to write home about. But I wanted to bring this to your attention because remember I said Virgin Atlantic and Flying Blue are going to be your 2 options for Delta. And although we don't see Flying Blue, which is the rewards program for Air France and KLM, it doesn't mean they don't have availability. Sometimes these award search tools, they're not perfect. They will miss something. And so because I see Virgin Atlantic on here, what I'm going to do do is I'm gonna go to KLM's website, and if I create an account, log in, run the search on my own, I will actually see that there is the same availability on Delta for significantly less points here for just 16,500. Now granted, this doesn't really move the needle for this redemption that we're talking about, but it is something to be aware of in the future. And the second thing I wanted to mention is that we haven't talked about American Airlines flights. I don't see British Airways on this list of flight programs that are available here. That's because they're not really easily searchable on different award search tools, but we still can use this to help us find those flights. And so in order to do so, what you're going to do is go to this airline programs, hit this drop down and select Qantas. Select only there. And this next step is important. You're going to go to stops and you're going to search non-stop flights only. You'll see flights on both Alaska Airlines and American Airlines depending on the route that you're looking for. And I told you that British Airways is the partner that we use for American Airlines and Alaska Airlines flights, but I kind of lied. We actually use two different airlines that are not partners of Chase to book these flights. Let me explain. It gets a little bit complicated here, but try to stick with me. British Airways uses the currency Avios, but additionally, all of these other airlines use Avios, including Qatar Airways and Finnair Airways. So what we're able to do is transfer our Chase Ultimate Rewards points over to Avios, British Airways Avios, and once it's in your British Airways account, you can then transfer over to Finnair and Qatar, which are going to be the two options that has the best pricing for American and Alaska Airlines flights. Specifically, Finnair has the best pricing whenever we're talking about Alaska airline flights. Qatar is going to be your better program for most American airline flights. There might be one or two examples where Finnair might be the better choice. And now for your use later on, I do have a dedicated video showing you how to transfer those Avios points from British Airways to Qatar or to Finnair. You can find that linked up above. And now you might be thinking, well, that's cool, but what does Qantas have to do with anything? Well, Qantas is part of the One World Alliance along with British Airways and Qatar and some of these other airlines here. So since Pointsiak can search Qantas's award program, that helps us sift out what might be available on Qatar and Finnair. And that's also why we have to filter for non-stop flights. Qatar and Finnair are quirky to where they will only let you book Alaska or American Airlines flights if they're non-stop segments. And so by filtering the way we did, this shows me that this flight on Alaska Airlines is actually going to be bookable on Finnair for a cheaper price. And that price you might be asking is going to be 11,000 miles one way in economy. The taxes and fees are going to be the same at $5.60 whenever you're flying domestically within the United States. So that's actually a pretty solid price. So on our search, we didn't really have any American Airlines options, but if you did, like I said, we would use Qatar Airways to book that. The price you can expect to pay depends on how far you're actually flying. So now that we've kind of got all of our options laid out, let's take a second look at this redemption. What might be the best for us? So I see that there's a non-stop option from Austin to Portland. On the way there on Alaska Airlines that we talked about, we could book on Finnair for just 11,000 miles one way. And on the way back, we also have non-stop flights that we could book on Alaska for the same price. So if we plug this in here, based on that $195 price, this isn't a good value. But if you remember, the flights that we looked at was for one-stop flights. Looking at a non-stop option, our price goes up to $297 round trip. And if we click through here, we can see that that is indeed the price for the entire round trip itinerary with both segments non-stop. And for some reason, if you add a stop, it's even more. So if we type in $297, we can see that this Southwest flight is still technically the best value, but if you really prefer a non-stop itinerary for both directions, then you still may prefer this, and it is better than booking through the travel portal, as we can see here. And the beauty about Points and Miles is that you can actually mix and match different segments, so you could do one way on Alaska Airlines and then do the other way on Southwest. And if you change that points price, that'll boost up your cent per point to be even higher if you care about that at this point. But now to actually book these flights, if you're going to book through the travel portal, simply just log into your Chase Ultimate Rewards account and select your Ultimate Rewards balance. From here, you go to this drop down menu and select Book Travel. This will take you to the travel portal where you simply just search the flight you're looking for. And then once you click through and find the flight itinerary that you're looking for, it'll give you the option to use your points. You can use your points to cover the full cost of the flight, or you you can do partial just by editing this here and selecting update. And so that's how you would redeem your points via the portal. And now if you're wanting to redeem your points through a partner airline of Chase and you wanted to do it based on an airline or a redemption you found on Points Yeah, the first thing you need to do is verify that that award availability is still actually there on the airline's website. Here's a hypothetical example. If you wanted to book this Delta flight, select View Detail, and it's going to tell you this is bookable through Virgin Atlantic. And for this example, let's pretend that Virgin Atlantic actually has the best deal. Hit Yeah, let's go after you select View Details, and Points Yeah will send you directly over to Virgin Atlantic's website. You are going to need to create an account and log into this airline. Make sure to trigger whatever option you need to in order to search for reward flights or flights with points, and then just run the itinerary through here. And now that I see it's on the airline site, now I'm comfortable transferring my points. You want to do this because sometimes award availability comes and goes and it could disappear like that. So once I know that it's here, I go to Chase. When we're back on this screen, do the drop down menu and select transfer points to partner. That'll take you to the list of transfer partners, and we can see Virgin Atlantic is up here. You're going to hit transfer points. It's going to ask you to put in your Virgin Atlantic Flying Club number, which you'll get whenever you sign up for an account. I'll ask you to confirm, and then you simply type in how many points you want to transfer, confirm, and that's how you transfer your points over to the airline. You'll then go back to Virgin Atlantic, wait for your points to hit your account, and then can redo the search if you need to, and then continue booking from here. Some last notes here. Whenever you transfer your points, it should be pretty instantaneous, but there are some partners or some random occasions where it can take a little bit longer. Some are more towards an hour, sometimes more than a day for your points to hit your account. Something you can do to decrease the risk of delayed transfer is to create your airline loyalty accounts early. Thank me later. Another thing to note is that some of these tickets that we're booking with points are going to be main cabin and some of them are basic economy. If you're booking a flight on using one of the legacy carriers or like JetBlue, Southwest, American Airlines, oftentimes these are going to be basic economy tickets that you're booking with your points. However, if you're booking a flight using Virgin Atlantic or Flying Blue and booking a Delta flight in that manner, for instance, those flights are actually going to be main cabins. So pay attention to that fine print. And along the same lines, cancellation fees are going to vary based on airline. Whenever you're talking about American award programs like United and Southwest, they're not going to charge you anything to cancel your flight if you're booking with points. An exception being JetBlue. They do charge you fees whenever you book their basic economy class. But whenever you book with foreign partners like Flying Blue or Finnair, they do charge 25 to 50 euro per cancellation. So it is not free. And whenever you do cancel your flights, again, remember you cannot get those points back to Chase Ultimate Rewards at all. They're staying within that airline that you transferred your points to. It's a one-way street. And now speaking of Finnair, I didn't really show you how to make that redemption. It's because it's a little bit complicated. I go into extreme detail as far as how you would go about booking this in this video here. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it's helpful for you. I'll see you in the next one.